Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 22 of your Detroit Red Wings franchise mode, and for the first ever time we actually have a new webcam, which is super exciting. I finally got the camera working. I got an SD card, which I gotta buy a new one because the SD card that I have now is really old, and doesn't really want to work on my laptop, which kind of sucks, but it still works anyways. And I'm excited. I'm super excited to finally have the webcam working and up and going, which is a super exciting thing for you guys too, because you guys get to see a better crisp face of myself, which will be nice because when I rage and get really pissed off, you guys will actually be able to see me a lot better. But today we have a very, very big episode as we're heading into a very big free agency, as we have to kind of try to rebuild the team. Well, not really rebuild the team. We have to go in and get a couple good players to kind of fill in the roster. Of course, where we're all starting with is the goaltending. Now, as you guys know, there's not very many good goaltenders out there. Frederick Anderson, he wanted a full-blown no-movement clause, and same with everyone else, I think. Everyone wanted a no-movement clause. Frederick Anderson, he didn't have the best year, but he did play with, the Nashville Predators, but for the past 3 years, he has not really been the best goaltender, nor has he played on very good teams. But with 35 years old, I don't know if I could really trust Freddie. And you know what? We've seen him in the franchise mode with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know if we could really trust Freddie to be that starting goaltender. Linus Ullmark, we've had him before, and honestly, I was not impressed by Linus Ullmark. When he came into the team, we actually had a decent team at the time, and he still played like shit. And I don't want to trust him being our starting goaltender, especially with no playoff experience. And then also Stuart Skinner, and then we also had Caden Primo, but we'd have to give up picks for Caden Primo, which I really did not want to do. So everyone in this goalie tandem is really not a guy that I would want to pick up. Like Grant, not playing very well over this past couple seasons ever since really Arizona, but he's never really played any good hockey. And honestly, I don't want to add more no movement clauses to the team. I mean, we don't have very much, but honestly, I don't want to add some sort of goalie that's going to play like shit for us this upcoming season, and then we're going to lose in the first round again, right? The way that we're going with this season is that we want to win a championship, and you know what? We've seen it in real life with these young goalies kind of taking over as the starting position for the team and stuff like that. And when Josefson came in, he was terrific, and I'm expecting him to jump up to be our backup goaltender, and he had some great years in the AHL, some great years. And especially when he came up to Detroit, played those 2 games, he was especially really good for us. And I'm hoping he does really good in the playoffs once he gets some more experience. But the one guy that we were looking at to go after and trade for was the Tampa Bay goaltender and Hugo Anafelt. Hugo Anafelt, now he's definitely not the most experienced goaltender in the world, but I feel like a guy at 1 year, 2.250, cheap as hell, we don't have to worry about giving him anything. He has had some really good, consistent years as a goaltender. A backup, yes, 20 games each year, but look at the save percentage and the goals against, right? It's not that bad. And I think it's not going to be that bad of a decision to go after a guy like Hugo Anafelt, who I think would be a nice, cheap replacement goaltender for us this year. Now, will he play fantastic? I don't know. I'm not going to be a god and be able to tell if Anafelt will really be ready for this year, but I want to try him out. I want him to be our starting goaltender this year. I want him to be the guy that we look at to be that guy. Now, we really don't have to give up too much for Anafelt. I think, honestly, we give him an NHL or close to NHL-ready prospect like a Hoffman, because we really don't need another sniper. Hoffman, and then we just pick up a couple prospects from you guys, or a couple picks. That's all we really need from you guys. So Hoffman, Anafelt, second, third, and actually, we'll just take off that. We'll do it like that. Will that go through? Yes, it does. Welcome, Hugo Anafelt, to the Detroit Red Wings. Darren Hoffman, goodbye. And we also have a couple more picks coming towards this year, which will be nice. But now we get at least a starting goaltender for us in Hugo Anafelt, which will be nice. And hopefully he jumps up to maybe an 83, 84. We'll have to see. Defensively, now we do have to pick up a depth defenseman. The only guys that we really have is Joel Edmondson, but we really don't want to play him this year. Actually, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea, but We really don't want to play him because he's left-handed, and we want another right-handed guy because of the fact that we already have, we already have a bunch of right-handed guys. Wouldn't be too bad to play Joel Edmondson this year, give him some ice time, but I think he's already going to be pretty pissed off about the fact that he's really kind of a low overall. So what we'll do is go and sign like a top 4 defenseman maybe to fill into that top 6 role for us. Wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Also, do we need any forwards before we sign anybody big for this team heading into this free agency? Because we really don't need to pick up anybody. Like, that's the biggest thing with Detroit. We're not really in a need to pick up anybody right now. Pasternak, Larkin, Landeskog, yep. Shane Wright, Mantha, Zadina, yeah. Anthony NMC, Bertuzzo. Now you said that we're going to use Connor Burrows this year for the third line, and I agree with that. Connor Burrows should be a huge guy, I think, to play alongside of Anthony NMC and Bertuzzo. And if we need to put him up higher up, then we could definitely do that. Maybe even replace Philip Zadina. But yeah, I do like Anthony NMC, Bertuzzo, Burrows. Veleno, hardening. I don't know if I really like the kid or not because he's only really good at passing, and we already have that in Joe Veleno, who already passes the puck pretty well. I feel like we need a physical left-handed. I mean, we got Giovanni Smith. Giovanni Smith is our. So let's pick up a right-handed, right winger, defensive forward for the team. Someone that can maybe play on the third line, can kind of levitate, like an 82 overall would be perfect for the team. Just somebody that can levitate between both positions. Now we need a defenseman, which is going to be the biggest thing that we're going to have to look at for the team this year. Just somebody to be a guy that we could sign for like a year or two, like a David Savard, good defensive defenseman, could play up in the power play and the penalty kill. David Savard would be perfect for the team. Now we will have to spin the wheel on this guy because he is a like $4.7 million contract, so we will have to spin the wheel on this guy, see what he wants for the team. Hopefully he's not going to want too much for this guy. Hopefully he'll take a cheap contract, and he only wants a no trade clause. Perfect. So you just want to go to a playoff team. So we'll give you $4.9 million, David Savard. That should be good enough. And then we're going to look at right wingers for the third line. Phil Kessel, fuck, that'd be perfect. Like a Taylor Radish, but he's more of a, we need a defensive guy. That's what I'm really looking for. A nice defensive forward who could play decent playoff hockey. Ryan Hartman was perfect for us. I love the way that Ryan Hartman played. He didn't do too well, though, for us. I feel like going after somebody new wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Cole Lind, 22 points. He's put up the points before in the NHL. He does really good in the playoffs. I think Cole Lind would be a perfect guy. Fourth liner. That's the guy that we want. And Cole Lind. So Cole Lind and what's his face? David Savard and Hugo Anefeld. We're all adding to the we're not trading Anthony NMC, Tampa Bay. We're keeping Anthony NMC. So David Savard, welcome to the Detroit Red Wings, and same with Cole Lind. So the Detroit Red Wings making some major moves this offseason, adding some depth to the team, which is what we really been wanting to do. We still have $3.2 million, which I want to keep because of the fact that if Hugo Anefeld and Josefson are not ready to be the starting goaltender, I want to be able to go and be able to trade for a goaltender, right? That's the biggest thing for us right now, is if Anefeld's not ready and Josefson not ready, then we have picks to trade for a starting goaltender. That's the plan. I don't want to trade any of my picks away, but just in case shit hits the fan, then we have a little bit of a backup plan with that. Vince Dunn going to Winnipeg. Damn, that's a big move. Winnipeg actually bolstering up on the defense so far. Also, I do want to hear you guys' opinion on this. I will be kind of talking about it more and more once we get close to NHL 20. But I do want to hear your guys' opinion on what we want to do for our next franchise mode. Because we're getting kind of close to it. I am going to do a lot more Detroit Red Wings. I'm probably going to be doing the Detroit Red Wings all the way until NHL 21. But I do want to hear you guys' opinion on all that. Because of the fact that I do love doing franchise modes. But we've been doing a lot of Atlantic, and we did a Central one last, like at the start of the year. I do want to either do a Pacific Division or the Metro. Those are the two I want to do. Metropolitan Division in the East and the Pacific Division, one of those few teams. So yeah, we do need to sign a goaltender. I did forget. I did forget about that. Josefson, please say you jumped up, my main man. Seth Jones, Connor Burrows. Yeah, we didn't get that off-season jump yet. we still have to wait for that. Free agents, though, we do got to sign some depth players. We still haven't got that jump yet, which would be nice to get here soon, but we still haven't gotten it. So let's sign the Benesic, and then we'll sign another goaltender too, and Oscar Dansk. We do already have a pretty decent amount of players. Oh, shit, sorry guys for hitting the mic there. So now, just get Eric Cernak, Rakula. I'm hoping fucking Hugo Anafel really produces well for the team, because that's going to be a big goaltender for the Detroit Red Wings. And if he doesn't pan out to be a good goaltender for us, it's not going to be the best decision that I would ever make. But, I mean, who else was I supposed to go after? Freddie, who we know that is not the greatest producer. If you guys jump on the Twitch streams and watch the Detroit Red Wings one, I mean, lower overall goaltenders do good. And with Hugo Anafel producing the numbers that he's producing, I'm hoping he can produce those numbers as the starting goaltender here for the Detroit Red Wings. And especially since I think we have a very good defensive core. And I think coming into this team will be really, really nice for Hugo Anafel. And I think it will be a perfect team for him to jump on to the Detroit Red Wings, which I think will be perfect for him. Set captains, yes, I think we're still going to go with Larkin as their captain, Landeskog as the A, and Mantha. Yeah, I think we'll still go with the Mantha as the A, because he's still a veteran guy on the team. I think we still keep him as a A, even though he does... I mean, he doesn't even have that bad of a contract. He's a really good player anyway. So, let's take a look at the 2025-26 Detroit Red Wings. As Larkin, Pasternak, Shane Wright, yes. He's an 88 this year. Mantha, Mantha NMC, Veleno, Colin. Burrows is still a depth forward, and... so maybe Connor Burrows maybe uses another year in the AHL. That's what I'm thinking. Another AHL year for Connor Burrows. I don't think it would be too bad of an idea for him. Right? Still a depth forward. He could still develop down there. If need be, we could call him up later on. And everyone on our core is a tough four defenseman. Damn, bruh. So we might have to take a look into that with Weston Moen. Maybe going after somebody else to help out the team. And then Hugo Anafel. And Yostin's ready to go, so we're calling him up. Benesic go down. So let's add the lineups. So Colin has produced really good beforehand, but I think we're gonna have to use Connor Burrows. That's gonna be the big thing. We're gonna have to use him, I think. Unless we do Joe Veleno, and then use Hardening as the center, and have that as our depth line there. But the problem is, actually, yeah, they would be able to do pretty solid defensively, especially with Colin. And then Veleno, Anthony CU, Bertuzzo, Landeskog, Shane Wright, Mantha. No, we want that. Yes, we want the 3+ on both lines. If I do this, though, that line up on the first side, know that we don't get the 3+ there. Okay, so let's keep Shane Wright there, and we'll keep giving him more minutes. Defensively, we want to see Larkin up there. Now, Weston Moen, he really does not work on any other lines. Now, we were talking about maybe trading away Abel Gray, right? To have Weston Moen play, but that means it would make us worse defensively if we were to trade Abel Gray. I think we just trade Weston Moen just by himself. Trade Weston Moen, and you pick up depth forward, honestly. Pick up a depth forward. I think maybe that's the plan. Maybe another depth, because we could use Connor Burrows. He would be going down in the minors, though, going back to Peterborough or Kingston. And I don't want him going back down there, honestly. Because of the fact, I think Connor Burrows has to play this year. Connor Burrows is a guy that we want to play this year. He's a depth forward. He's going to be like a third-line guy right off the get-go, right? He's going to be ready this year. And I think if we get him playing this year, he's going to become a better guy. So we play Connor Burrows this season. We have to. Well, we don't have to, but I feel like the team is going to be a lot better if we play him. And then Connor Burrows. Yes, I love that. Connor Burrows, see that line. And then Hosea Hardening does not really fit on this squad, because I do want to keep this team still young, but not as young, right? Hosea Hardening, I think, will be the depth guy. And then if Weston Moen and Shake, they start getting pissed off, we make the deal and we make a trade to trade away those guys away from this team. We get rid of them. So AHL lineups, we do got to edit some of the AHL lineups because of the fact that we have a lot of young players. So Yarbanana, yes, Bregan, not Pierre. They don't get going though. Can we get that first line going? Vorobayev is a... There we go. Adam Blake, playmaker. Sloan, all these guys can develop. Yeah, McIsaac, Albin Gru. There we go. Get him up there with Hendrix Lapierre. We have lots of guys like medium top 6 guys, but they're really not developing the way that I thought they would, which kind of sucks, but that's okay though. And he had Vandenainen. Yeah, we gotta play him. We definitely gotta play Vandenainen. Definitely, that's for damn sure. He could play there. Take out Mitchell Van Stumple. Well, no, he's an offensive defenseman, isn't he? Yeah, so we could use Kulisov alongside of him, because that should give them a boost. Yeah. And then... he's like 20. Yeah, we could use Dunham. And then take out Edmondson and throw in Binnerl. There we go. I'm all ready for the next upcoming season, boys. Oh, no, we got to edit the power play and stuff like that, too, before we keep going on. So, special teams, right? We needed to improve on the special teams-wise, right? And that was our biggest goal. So, I feel like with Connor Burrows adding to the power play, I think that will make us a lot more lethal. But we are going to have to spread the goal-scoring power around. And I think that's going to be our biggest goal right now, right? So... Syorkin, I want you down on that second unit. I don't want Brian Clark there. I want Connor Burrows playing on the power play. Connor Burrows, I feel like, can be an elite shooter. I don't know how well. We're going to see how well he plays up on that first line. But I do want Pasternak, I think, up here. Burrows can come down here. Wait. Who made that better? If we go like that, that would make it a lot better. If we left it like that with no defenseman, that would be pretty powerful. That would be lethal shit. And then just have that going like that down there. I mean, Mantha plays really well defensively. We have a very good defensive. We'll see how this works, all right? We'll see how this works. I want to test this out, all right? And then for this, we have a lot of passing guys, though. That's going to be the shitty thing about our second unit, is that we're not going to really have any goal scorers, right? So I think we're going to have to break that up. I think we're still going to have to go like that. Jones up with Mantha, Landeskog, Larkin, Pasternak, then Burrows here. I think we're going to still need one more guy down there. Him here, and then Mantha up top. Landeskog, yes, that gives us a 3+. Anthony Ciu, Burrows, Syorkin, Zadina, perfect. Larkin, Shane Wright, no, I want Syorkin down here. Connor Burrow. Actually, who do we not have? Anthony Ciu, Mantha, Pasternak. Landeskog's not in there. And he's one of our big goal scorers. Okay, we'll keep it like that. Landeskog, yeah. Penalty kill, Joe Veleno, Giovanni Smith. We do not want Giovanni Smith there. I don't think he's going to be the best guy defensively for us. I want Bertuzzo there. Bertuzzo's going to be good defensively with Abel Gray, yeah. Anthony Ciu, yes, not Connor Burrows, though. Well, let's try Cole Lind. See how well he plays down there. And then Veleno and Anthony Ciu. Yes. There we go, boys. So, the team is looking ready, man. I am feeling prepared. We didn't get any jumps from our goaltending. Josefson jumped up a bit to his 79 overall, so he's still slowly developing. But I feel like he's ready to go this year, and especially, we have a very young goalie tandem. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on those two guys in NFL and Josefson. Those are going to be our two young studs, and let's see how well they played during the preseason. I do want to see that. So we'll send through the preseason. We'll check how well they did throughout the preseason. Kevin Fiala going to Dallas for Jamie Benn. What the fuck are you doing, St. Louis? Picking up Jamie Benn? I don't know. Oh my god, I forgot to sign scouts, bruh. Damn, bro, we don't have any scouts. Fuck. I always forget to do that. It's like the fucking daily thing where I forget to sign scouts. Jesus Christ, I'm bad with that shit. Well, we will get some fucking simulation done in this video. Don't worry here, boys. We will get that done. I just gotta sign some people. Fuck. I always forget that, man. We gotta sign some fucking goalie coaches, which we don't really have any goalie. They gotta make a fucking class for goalie coaches, because my lord, with us, like, there's no fucking category for goalie coaches, so there's really nothing you can really do about it. So we'll just sign some random fucking bums. And then scouts, we gotta hire a shit ton of scouts, and I didn't do that. Fuck, man, that sucks. We will make sure we do that in the next one, though. Next season, we'll make sure we do that. I'll remind myself, and you guys gotta remind me to do the scouts, because I always forget to. I legit, every franchise mode that I ever do, I always forget to, because I hate doing the scout process, because it's such a pain in the ass, and I hate it. The process is so dumb, the way that they made it. It's a dumb process, and I fucking dislike it every bit of the way. If I could do some other way, I would love to do it, but since they have it like this, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So that's already 4, we need 5. And then we need 1 for the WHL. And enough for the Scandinavia. Perfect, we're ready to go. Alright, so let's get the simulation underway. But I do want to check right after the preseason how well the Hugo Anefelt and Josefsson did. Because it's their big year this year, right? Anefelt's really taken a big step up this season because he's becoming that starting goaltender. A lot of guys are fucking declining, but that's okay, whatever. We'll sign as many scouts as we can, and we'll just deal with what we got this season. So 17, that's fine by me. And then we'll fire most of them once next season comes in. We'll fire most of them. And we'll rebuild that scouting group, because we're definitely going to need to rebuild that scouting group. That's for damn sure. So 18 scouts, I'm fine with that. So we are, what's our record? 4-2-1. Ending off the preseason. We're 3rd in the division. Pasternak was ripping shit up. Hopefully he can continue that. And how well did Anefelt do as the starting? Ooh, 890 and a 750 for Josefsson. Yeah, Anefelt was definitely not what we expected, but he's never really had too decent of a preseason. He's had like one good one. So, Anefelt, man, we gotta have you do good, man. I put that belief in you that you could be that starting man for this team, right? I had that belief in you that you could be the big starting goaltender for the team and that you could lead this team to a victory. So I really need you to play big time right now, man. We got a good team in front of you. I built a powerhouse in front of you. I just need a good goaltender. And Hugo, big 6-2 victory against the New York Rangers. A domination victory. Concussion there for Joe Valeno. He'll be out until the 15th. Good thing we got Harden in all ready to go. Oh my god, a 9-1 victory against the Edmonton Oilers, and then we lose 3-2. That's a close one. And then 11-3. Holy shit! Oh my lord! The Detroit Red Wings are putting on a tear. Every game is just like a demolition derby. Do you see how many goals we are scoring, guys? Like, fuck me. I've never seen that many goals in one game. That is nuts. That is nuts. Well, we didn't sign enough forwards. We didn't sign enough forwards. That's okay, though. It is what it is. Where's Blake? We have way too many defensemen. Oh my god, a 8-3 victory over the Anaheim Ducks. Martin caught for Albin or for Jan Bice. Martin caught. He's not that good defenseman. I mean, good stick checking wise, but that's really it. No. Plus, Jan Isaac's not going to develop for you guys, so why would I give you a guy that's not going to develop for a guy that's already ready to go depth-wise? Like, holy shit, dude. Like, we are scoring. Oh my god. Pasternak is back. Pasternak's back. Ah! I told you guys. I told you. I was like, Pasternak sooner or later is going to rip up the league, and here he is on the Detroit Red Wings, ripping shit up. Baby, that is what I'm talking about, man. I guess, who the fuck is in the lineup, dude? What the fuck? Oh, is it defensively? I think we need to call up a defenseman, actually. Let's go to roster move, see what we got. I think we need to call up a man. Because I think we have way too many forwards. Edmonton, you could get called up. And we could use you for depth. That should be good. We'll continue the simulation here for the Detroit Red Wings as we're 7-1, 8-1-1. This is going to be, I think, the best record we've ever had with any individual team in franchise mode history. Like, I have never, ever... Like, I put records like this up before, but I've never seen a team dominate the way the Detroit Red Wings are. I think we are like feeling like, oh my lord. Like last year we played meh, but this year it's as we're taking it up to a whole new level. The way the type of hockey that we're playing is fantastic. Like my lord, it is awesome. And a loss there over the Anaheim Ducks as we finish up the simulation 13-2-3. We won a game 11-3, man. A game 8-3, 9-1. This is a deadly team here in Detroit, and we are ripping it up. And Pastrnak is back, man. We've been waiting for this guy to kind of explode. We picked up David Pastrnak like 2 years ago, expecting this guy to explode. And we have a 444. A 444 goals for per game, ladies and gentlemen. That is unprecedented. I've never actually seen that type of number. And we're 20 points above the Carolina Hurricanes. That is crazy. I think we're one of the best teams in the league, too. One of the best teams in the league, too, defensively. That is crazy. You want to talk about a change for the Detroit Red Wings. And look at the power play, man. The power play is killer. The PK as well is killer, as we're killing the entire Atlantic Division, man. But we've been waiting for a year like this from Pastrnak, where he would produce a point per game. We got that when the year that we traded him. He was struggling, he wasn't doing too great, and then he came into fucking Detroit, and he had a kind of a rough year last year, and he's really... Look at the amount of power play points he's been having compared to last year. Already 8 compared to 11 that he had last year. That is nuts. That is nuts. That's nuts how big of a power play could change him. Mantha, he's ripping it up. Landeskog, Zadina, Larkin, Wright doing great this year. Bertuzzo, Burrows with 11. My lord, this team is a killer team. Defensively, Jones, he's having a terrific season this year, being a big leader for the Detroit Red Wings. This is and Hugo Anafel. I forgot to throw it on goaltender rotates by accident. But Hugo Anafel, in his time that he played, a 9.29 and a 2.08. That is awesome. I do gotta turn on the goalie rotates before I forget to do that. But we'll take a look at the entire league stats. That is, I'm lost for words, man. How great of a season the Detroit Red Wings just put up. Like, we're not even done the season yet. We still got to go through most of it. And we don't know what's going to happen through the rest of the season. We could totally just shit the bed. But the moves that we made this year, picking up Hugo Anafel, I think we really needed a starting goaltender. I think a goaltender that actually was going to play really well for us, we needed. Grubauer wasn't that guy. He wasn't the guy that played very well for us. He didn't keep the puck out of the net when we needed him to. And Hugo Anafel has been that guy. Eetu Räty dominating the league this year. Good for him. We're seeing a lot of the younger players like Johnny Gaudreau. I mean, they're older now, but Pettersson up there. Goal scoring Besser's up there. Pjorkin for New York. Defensively, Seth Jones is dominating the league goalie-wise. Hugo Anafel's up there, but I think he has one of the best save percentages in the league out of like 10 games. Yeah, well, Sjorskin. Oh, Anderson's actually not doing too bad there in LA. But I would still pick Hugo Anafel over Anderson any day of the week. And Connor Burrows is up there with Connor Madden, who I think they were drafted in the same draft class as Madden was drafted in the second round there for the Washington Capitals. I think we've seen this guy, Low Elite. No, that was a totally different guy. But thank you guys very much for watching. This was a huge episode for the Detroit Red Wings, as in the next episode, we're going to be simulating through the entire of this season, get through it, get to the trade deadline, maybe make some moves to make ourselves better heading into the playoffs, as, I mean, the Eastern Division or the Eastern Conference is looking very scary with Hurricanes doing very well, and we got to be scared about the Columbus Blue Jackets. We got to remember the Blue Jackets shut us down. They beat us to death, and we got to be worried about that team going up against them next year. But I believe that we should be able to demolish everyone in the NHL. We have the best goal-scoring team. We're the best defensively. We have great special teams this year. I think the Detroit Red Wings are out for blood. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.